and we don't like that.
So we like saying don't wash your dirty linen in public.
Exactly.
It's a very Ghanaian thing.
It's a very Ghanaian thing. But wash it. Maybe someone will give you omo. You know?
That was a good one. Let's end the farmer nyami behavior and hold our leaders to account. I just saw this in the stories that came up under you. You said this a few days ago.
I say it all the time. Our leaders continue to listen. Our leaders will continue to take advantage of us because they depend on, and again, religion plays a huge role in it. They depend on us to eventually let it go. See, if I walk into an office and then you tell me that if I pay for 2,000, this is what I'm going to get, and I don't get it, I'm going to sit there for 20 hours until I get it. That's how determined. But the average Ghanaian will sit there and like, well, it's okay. Next time, God will get you. No,
So
God.
you think we are getting screwed because we've allowed it?
Oh yes, we allowed it 1,000%.
How do we what's your view about how we can resist or get things to change?
It starts from our orientation. I am blessed and privileged in a way that I recognize that not everybody is the same way. My father and my parents are very, blunt. See, my father is like, if he doesn't get it this way, he's not going to be satisfied. So it can seem like there's this big problem. How do we solve it? You have a child, or you have children?
3 boys.
3 boys. It starts in how you raise these boys. We cannot change the whole world, but we can change our immediate environment, and it's changing the way we think. Because when you raise people to be timid, not to question authority, because authority is always right. We are raising, our leaders are from us, so they are not superpowers from anywhere. Our leaders were small boys and girls who were raised the same way and got into that power position and depend on the social structure. And
but it looks like if you look at Adenta a few weeks ago and a few other places where people have demonstrated, it looks like people are getting a bit.
Yes, and I wrote about this a couple of months ago, that there's an awakening happening, which is amazing enough. And people are going on and on how they demonstrated, and I said, let me tell you, no change has ever come about with people sitting in their home complaining. We want independence because a couple of people died, and I'm not saying people should go out and die, but Black lives mattered because we fought for it. Women could vote because they fought for it. Yasantua died for a reason. So we cannot expect change by being politically correct, by screaming and shouting and burning those tires. It's unfortunate that it has to go there, but people have been talking about it. You sit on radio all the time and you talk about these things. What change has ever happened? It's like the era of social media. If I go out there and I tweet at Citi and say Citi is this, immediately I'll get a call from you. So we have to be angry, and there's an awakening happening, and it will take time. It might not happen in my era, but we will get to.
But you seem to be one of the influencers. You have almost 500,000 followers on Twitter. I've seen people fight you online, and that means something. If you didn't matter, nobody would fight you. Do you realize that you already thrust at the forefront of this, because you sort of speak for a lot of ordinary people who are angry but don't have the platform or the following?
You know what? I'll be lying if I said I do. It's a confusing place for me, because I tell people that I don't necessarily fight for the masses. I fight for me. I fight for my immediate environment. I fight for my unborn children, my nest. I fight because my favorite quote is like, if you see any act of injustice and you stand by and do nothing, you are worse than the offender, and it can happen to you. So when I fight for these things, I fight because I feel like I'm in it. So I don't always understand my influence. To be honest, when people see me and say, "Oh, you inspired me," I'm like, but I was just being me. These are the things that come naturally to me. I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to start fighting for women.
I get the impression, one of the things you said, Ghanaians, when they say Benadavla is a food, they take it like that. So for example, you say we use religion to oppress women. A lot of people don't listen to the full argument and don't allow you to, because your father is a pastor. And I'm sure you've had this conversation with him before.
Yes.
How and I am Christian, very, very strong one. The Bible is presented in a way that puts women second fiddle. And when you try to engage that conversation in talking about the way women are oppressed, you always get people fighting you.
They fight the religion. They don't fight the message. Like when I talk about men in this country, there's an assumption that I hate men. Then I hate my father. I hate my brothers. The men who've dated me, what happened, to them. We always attack the wrong things. Because you see, people who tweet about this religion thing, people have not even gone to church in 1 year. it's
but they take it like an emblem.
You see, when something makes you uncomfortable and it challenges who you are, you're like a rat in a box with heat around it. You start to scramble. So that's what happens. I could say the most intelligent things. If it makes you feel uncomfortable and you're guilty, then you attack the wrong thing. Because when it talks, even when you say women are presented in the Bible, I always say that there's a politicization of religion that we are unaware or refuse to accept. That if we go core into the Bible, there are several other books in the Bible we don't know about and talk about. Why doesn't anybody talk about that? There's a pick and choose. When anybody wants to oppress a group of people,
they pick what suits them and they use that.
Realistically, we are now learning about the Bible. Our great-great-grandfathers were just told to be Christians, and this is what you do. You don't do this, you're going to hell if you do this. You have to respect your master, because it says they couldn't read or write the English language. We are now from an era where we are now reading the Bible and going like, okay, there's something I actually like, there's something I believe in, but we don't want to acknowledge that part, because again, it shows that we are complicit, and we don't like to be complicit.
I'm loving this already. We're going to read some comments on Thing and also on Lydia, and then please think about this. I want to know what kind of society you want, what kind of Ghana you're looking forward to, because at the end of all the things you're doing online, I can sense you love the country and you love Ghanaians and you really want something to change. So I will come to that. So think about it. Good morning, Bernard and Lydia. You guys are a great pair, each wanting to meet each other. Okay, I already said earlier. Lydia, what should we expect from you in the shortest possible time? So these questions are many. So if you can answer it like back.
Wow, okay.
What should we expect from you in the shortest possible time? I love your movies and movies that feature you. All the best.
Okay, so I have my TV series Puzzled coming out before the end of the year. It talks about social injustice, etc. Great.
Charlie, please tell Lydia to come and work for Citi soon. We love her a lot. She and Jessica will go spoil their crowd.
Okay, my senior in school.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you agree with Senna?
Well, do I agree with Senna? I would love to. It's just that I don't know if
does your schedule allow you to do a radio work?
You see, I'm a free person. I don't like anything that
ties you down. So it has to be time bound.
I have commitment issues.
I get it. So you shouldn't be. Okay, I get it. Hey, Lydia, Charlie, please tell Lydia to come and. Okay, no, I like the movie Lydia. I like the movie Lydia, Majid and Dumas and Anan. I forget the title.
I Sing in a Tale.
Oh, that was good. White Cotton. I actually watched that. Good morning, Bernard. There's this Lydia movie in which she was Ajeti Anan's girlfriend. Her mom was against their love. She had an abortion and died in the movie. Please ask her for the title. Majid was part of it. Please ask her for the title.
Again, it's a sting in a tail.
All right, that made a lot of sense to people. Please ask Lydia what business she does or what other profession she has apart from acting.
I sell tomatoes.
She's a writer. She's a blogger. She's a producer. Have you directed anything yet?
Not yet.
You're not. Yeah. What movie did you enjoy acting the most? Yeah.
Honestly, every movie I'd star with Ajete is like my favorite.
He's a great actor.
He's an amazing, not just a great actor, he's an amazing human being. I really believe that he brings out the best in me.
I grew up watching him.
Me too.
And then the first
I don't like to say it too much because I don't want to age him.
But he's good looking. Doesn't change.
Ajete is a vampire. He looks the same. I've told him that he's drinking something we don't know about.
Ajete Anand. Those of you know, that's Pusha. I love the guy. Good morning. I just love her. I seriously love everything about her. Amazing personality. All the best, Lydia. I don't add your name. Edwin from Dansoman, please ask Lydia what exactly they want from government in terms of support. This is the industry.
Okay. Do I answer?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, there's an assumption that we want government to give us money to make. We need policy structures in place. When we don't have these structures, we are not able to, like you said, plan. Even when we are bringing equipment in, we need tax reliefs on all of those things. So it's structure more than anything.
I love Lydia Forson. My favorite movie of hers is the one she did with Pusha. She's a great actress. Please ask her favorite actor or actress she's done movie with. You said you love it. Great interview, Bernard. You usually are in charge of your interviews. Always good listening to you, Miss Forson. Great actress. My mom is a big fan, and so am I. Keep it up. We're proud of you, Fatima.
Thank you.
That's a great one. Hi, Bernard. I used to write scripts and act. People take me for granted, but listening to Lydia has really inspired me to come back to the industry with my creative arts. Lydia, I really want to work with you. Too sweet. Nana K from Accra, McCarthy Hill.
Thank you. We're looking forward to that.
Okay, Bernard, ask Lydia if she's seen anyone. I kind of feel many men are intimidated by her, but me, I'm ready to provide her happiness inside out.
I like
Tell her to link up on this line. Okay?
I don't think any man that's intimidated by.
No, I want to read the message. I love it. Charlie K. He said, look,
inside out.
ask Lydia if she see anyone. I kind of feel many men are intimidated by her, but me, I'm ready to provide her happiness inside out. Tell her to link up on this line. Okay? Charlie?
I feel out.
No, okay, you be too much. Why does Lydia block people on Twitter for disagreeing with her? She blocked me twice. Why?
Because I'm entitled to do that, and if I block you, it's not disagreement. You can disagree with me, but not be disrespectful about it.
What do you think of social media?
Social media, it's I have a love-hate relationship with social media. Social media has connected a lot of people. It's given voice to people who otherwise would not be bold enough. But it's also exposed the nastiness. Social media has not changed anything. It's just giving people a platform to be who they really are. That's why I said there are a lot of closeted hateful people. It's like the only time we know who people really are during elections, because you go into that ballot and you vote secretly, and you'll be surprised you wake up one day and Donald Trump is president. And I predicted Trump was going to be president twice. And everybody said that, oh, it's not, going to be possible. There's an article I wrote about it. Now it's almost like social media where people have a voice now, and so they get to be mean and hateful. But I always say that you should treat social media as you treat your ordinary life. If I block you, I have friends and they don't agree with me, but if you come in my face, I'm allowed to disengage, and then I'm allowed not to listen to what you have to say. When I put out tweets on social media, you are not forced to listen. So I think people treat social media like they're entitled to be in your space. No.
So you can block for free. There's no law that says you shouldn't block.
I can even block you because you've insulted someone I don't like. I will block you because you are not entitled. Look, it's like my home. I don't have to open my doors to everybody.
Media is very funny. So as I said, I put your name in Google, and the stories they put up, the first story. Any feeling to join politics?
Never. Well, I mean, I never say never to anything, but I think my party was conspired to kill me or something because I will say something against them.
Nick, so much Bernard, you seem very excited interviewing Lydia Forson. She's bringing something out of you. Oh yes, she is. She's an amazing girl.
What am I bringing out of you?
Not what you think.
What do you think I think?
Side chick.
No. What do you think I think?
How can I know what I think you think I think? That's too complicated.
Because no, I just asked you and you said it's not what you think. That means there's a presumption
that
I'm
but
thinking
something I think you think I think.
Maybe you are the one thinking something.
Sure.
Let's check that.
We'll see how that ends. I have a few more comments for you. Lydia Forson will keep pressing. As a Nigerian will say. Side chick gang is dope. Lydia Forson is a big woman. Thanks for having me on your show. This is from
Okay. I love Manifest. Oh, my all-time favorite musician in Ghana, hands down, is Kwade.
Oh man,
I love Kwade.
Charlie, get some Kwade for me.
I love Kwade.
When I was in Legon, we were doing whole weekend. The first time I heard Kwade, Adjoa Miri.
Yeah, Mipna. Yeah, I love Kwade.
Oh, wow.
Please let me give shout outs to my friends who, you know, to GGW, okay. Girls Gone Wild. That's my group. Yes, my group of friends call us all Girls Gone Wild.
All right.
To everybody who's listening, to my big sis Eva, who's a musician, gospel musician, who's been listening to our